And he's running to a dead end.
They don't call you cripple for nothing, boy. You weren't gonna make it away from everybody.
Rogue agent neutralized.
You guys can take all of that. I don't want any of that.
Yeah, it's all green.
Well, I'll
crap.
take the ball.
They're like, oh yeah, I got so much stuff.
No, they didn't go for it. They went for what I was gonna go for. The appearance ship. He went into the wrong spot.
Yeah, I was like, he's walking right into a dead end.
He went behind, right next to me, and healed, though. Smart little bastard. Kind of took me off guard. I heard it, and then by the time I went to go shoot him, he was already, like, turning the corner. Yeah, what I was saying is, like, your brother lives for this shit, dude.
This is what we used to do when we were flying around, because DC Universe, the map is huge. I mean, when you're flying, it takes like 6 or 7 minutes to fly to the short side of the map, not the long side. The long side, it'll take you a good like 10 minutes just to fly from one end to the other.
I'll be around.
Dude, that takes a second, bro. That's a match of COD, bro.
I would bait him into following me, and the guy would, because I was at like a level, 65, but Frank was up at level like 80, and he had all of his abilities unlocked, and he was stacked with gear. So I'd run, draw aggro, and the guy would start chasing me because we were in PvP, and come around the corner, and Frank's character flew. So Frank would be waiting, and my character kind of ran and glided, and I could fly, but I had to jump and jump and jump. So I would be running on the ground, and the guy would be chasing me. Frank would be flying right above him, and then come down and whoop-ah!
Guy's like, no. Then you would get the person's gear?
Yeah, you'd get a certain amount of stuff from him.
Hey, you want to see this stuff or not?
Was it just money or gear?
No, what you would get is like sodas, which the sodas, they had different level of sodas, like so say your health in this game would be like 10,000. You'd have your mid-level sodas that would only give you like a 2,000 boost, and then you had guys that had like the high-end sodas that would redo, like they would fill up both your magic and your health. So if you use all of your superpower and stuff, it would refill all that level bar, so you could go ahead and just keep using your powers. So most of the time they would drop stuff like that, consumables, which those freaking sodas were like 10 grand a piece. And towards the end there, they started getting really expensive. They were like $25,000-$30,000 a piece.
Would they ever drop anything really good though? Like once in a while?
Once in a while they drop something really good. But for the most part, you did it just to fuck with them.
Hey, you're gonna need this.
And then they'd come back. They'd have to come back in again, and then from the same spot.
They could pick which spot to respawn on. So they could pick whatever spot they wanted to spawn on in the map. Different than this one. So this one only lets you spawn to the 2 closest. They let you spawn to whichever one you selected.
Hey, you want to see this stuff?
So you guys would just hang around one and get everybody that chose to spawn there.
Uh-huh.
And that's
this
all
one's
people
worse
would do
because you
for
can
hours.
Spawn trap people.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. This basically forces them to leave the whole game.
I think skill power is going to come into play when we have to do a raid. As much as DPS is going to come in, as much as health is going to come in, I think skill power is going to have a lot to do with raids in certain situations, like being able to spam your turrets and shit like that. I still want to see what the perks do. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. No, we haven't even seen that.
I mean, you haven't seen
I
nothing.
think they did it right because all they let you do is
Just see a couple things to get you excited.
I mean, look, there's still a support station, right? The recovery link. I've seen the recovery link work. You throw down a med pack that has a radius like the turret, and it heals whoever's in that radius constantly.
That would be perfect for that roof.
Don't just stand there.
Just throw, as soon as you
Because
see
all you
they're
have to
coming
do-
up, throw one down, and then just sit there and spam shots.
The Seeker mine was freaking hilarious because you just pop it out and it rolls towards the enemy.
That'd be perfect for when you're facing rogues.
Tactical link, I haven't seen what that one does yet. I'd like to actually see if none of us were security. I mean, we could have sat up there with freaking
You're gonna need
two guys with shields up front.
And two guys with turrets and boom booms in back. And the two guys
Yeah.
with shields have the med.
Smart cover, I think that's what creates the wall. But then it's like all of these are like your base thing, and then all of them have an ability on top of that. We haven't even seen talents, which are what works pretty much the entire time. So you level your character up. So if you want to like dominate, I was thinking about this. It doesn't really matter where we start, because if we start in Dark Zone, you start off as level 1 anyway.
Yeah. But you're not going to be able to build your medical shit up because you got to go through the storylines to get all that shit unlocked.
Yeah. I mean, it's like a give-take, because we'll get way better gear in the Dark Zone, but if we get ganked, I mean, that medical stuff comes in handy. So if you really want to rock in the Dark Zone, I think we should go through the storyline first.
Doing it like we did Destiny, just going non-stop, going back and doing the missions on hard and just finishing out, go
Yeah.
completely everywhere, like completely finish off
Because
that
imagine
shit.
if we go in and we just do storyline first, and we go in and we have our characters have abilities, you know, and their talents unlocked, and we've got our perks unlocked, and we go up against a group of guys that doesn't have all that. They're just Dark Zone players.
Yeah, they have a really awesome gun and some good gear, but they don't have any perks or abilities besides the shit that is given to you in the beginning.
Yeah, but it's like, if one of us gets to that healer thing where we can just go ahead and put down a circle where we constantly
Yeah,
heal.
in one day we
all
could
post up
think
and
about
sit
it.
there.
In a couple hours, if we do it the way we did it today, we could have our whatever gun is at the safe house right off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
And then if we do that
That's all we do.
if we play the Dark Zone for one, if we do story mode for like a day and then do Dark Zone for like half a day, we could have armor and the best weapon out of that, and then go right back into story mode and destroy even more, and then come back and do the Dark Zone. We could just use the Dark Zone to unwind
Yeah.
when we start
all
getting
we
to
have
that
to really
point.
do is play every time we go in the Dark Zone until we get like the really good shit. Just play it smart. Have them, pop a couple shots on them, get them to draw some fire, get them to turn rogue, and then everybody concentrate fire and unleash.
This was the first time
Because
I didn't work this either.
even though I didn't get, I didn't get DZ funds off of the guys that you killed off the roof.
Well, you still get funds off of us. You still get but it's not as much, but you still get some. Yeah, because you took down a guy, and Tyler took down a guy, and I still got, as long as I was alive, I still got 200.
Oh, you guys were up at like 7,000. I was at like 1,200.
Yeah, because you went and died 3 times, whereas we went there and we were like, all right, let's wait. Dude, I took out 2 of those fuckers up there, and then Frank took out the other 2.
Dude, I stack them for you.
Yeah. That's what I said. By the time we got up there and we took them, it was just the three of us, with you running right behind us, the fourth. Tyler went down, Frank got Tyler, Frank went down, I got Frank, and then I popped up and freaking unleashed all of my the ACR into one guy, and then I switched over real quick and went into the Liberator and took down the other guy. Still had enough bullets to take down that guy completely, and Frank ran up to the other guy and pistol whipped him, which will happen to be the guy that shot him too. And then you and Tyler, I don't know, it might have been you and Tyler took. I know I took two of the fools down. But they didn't want to go after that. They were like, nope. They tried to get back there, but after they came up a couple times, they thought they were going to rush it like we did.
Twice. They tried it twice, and we kicked their ass twice. They're probably like, this guy's so pissed off. He's coming back here and dying. Dude, I was stacking them. I was making sure that we were going to get a shit ton of money off of them.
Oh, and we did. I got to that enough money to buy that weapon within what, 30 minutes?
See, that's what I was telling you. Like, I told you, like, I killed 6 guys. Well, these were 6 really stupid guys. At least the guys that we were fighting, like, they were still dumb, but they were all coordinated dumb. Because you really made a mistake. Because I would have sat there as long as I possibly had to